Are you sure about this?
It is a huge opportunity.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the worst Netflix original films that were released in the first half of 2024. Number 10, Spaceman. There was quite a lot of hype for Spaceman. It was an all-star cast including the likes of Adam Sandler, Carey Mulligan, and Paul Dano. Well, his voice.
You wish to know if I am real.
Are you?
I am as real as you are.
You can't be.
It was directed by Johan Rank, an Emmy-winning filmmaker who worked on the likes of Breaking Bad and Chernobyl. But yeah, it just did not work. Spaceman is endearing and well-intentioned enough, with some fantastic production design and admirable work from the talented cast.
It's just that he can't see me. Not really the world down here. We're just dots.
It was also plagued with iffy writing, underdeveloped characters, and some eyebrow-raising plot choices. That's not to mention the mountain of cliches and painful pacing issues. We wanted it to shoot for the stars, but we're settling for orbits.
Peter, I think we have an issue here.
Number 9, Players. Mac is a sports journalist wanting to settle down with the man of her dreams.
Was that
Nick Russell?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah, apparently him and Kirk are old friends.
Really? Mm-hmm. Huh. I thought it was in Yemen or something.
He's here.
That man is Nick, a war correspondent who recently got a job at her newspaper. So instead of courting him with charm and friendliness, Mac decides to run some plays with her friends to win his heart.
To do so, we need pregame research, tape, data. We need to work together to get Mac the stat she needs to call the right play for the win. Let's moneyball this shit, baby.
There's one major problem with this movie. Mac is totally unlikable, both immature and kinda creepy. It also doesn't help that the movie is formulaic as heck and riddled with tropes, including the age-old girl realizes that she loves her best friend ending.
I'm about to cover Sox Yankees for the first time in my career, and I already know that my favorite moment of today is standing here telling you I love you, Adam.
To think this movie with a stalker for a protagonist was this year's Valentine's Day offering. Number 8, Unfrosted. Oh, Seinfeld. How did it come to this? The legendary comedian continues his run of mediocre movies with Unfrosted, a stylized recreation of the Pop-Tarts invention.
That is not gonna work. If we're gonna beat Post, we need the most innovative, unconventional minds of the 1960s.
What, think you can get them?
They're already on a plane.
Yes, the premise sounds a little dry, but with the right tone, style, and director, it definitely could have worked. Seinfeld attempted to do something fun with it, imbuing the film with iconic comedians, a wacky tone, and an eye-popping color palette with retro design.
What's he doing?
He's changing the settings. He's at 5, 6, 7.
I don't like this.
None of it really worked. Like a bad Pop-Tart, all the ingredients are there, but it didn't come together to form a satisfying whole. Whether it was the easy jokes, cow farts anyone, or reliance on cameos over good writing, Unfrosted was, well, unfrosted.
We love breakfast at Kellogg's, and we felt it was time for something new.
Now, why the rectangle shape?
Well, the pentagram was taken, Johnny.
Number 7, Irish Wish. Another Netflix rom-com, another movie riddled with genre tropes. To its credit, this one has a dash of originality, containing some fun magical elements.
I feel like it's time we take our relationship to the next level.
Paul, I don't know what to say. I feel exactly the same way.
Really? That's wonderful.
You see, Maddie loves Paul, who is marrying her best friend Emma. When Maddie finds a wishing bench and a magical fairy, she wishes that she was marrying Paul instead of Emma.
Was that a wish you were making?
Oh, no, I was just, I guess, but I didn't think anyone was listening.
Well, I was.
That's about where the fun stops. What follows is cliche after cliche, especially once Maddie starts falling for another man. With uninspired writing and a generally cheap appearance, these tropes aren't given any juice.
You don't think a woman can't ask a man to marry her?
Of course not. But if you were my girlfriend, I wouldn't have waited. I'd have asked you first.
They're just the same boring beats we've seen 1,000 times before. But hey, at least Ireland is nice. Number 6, Lift. Director F. Gary Gray has a very solid filmography and is no stranger to helming smart, well-crafted thrillers. We don't know what the heck happened here.
So you're thieves.
We rescue works of art from undeserving owners.
Lift is about a group of thieves who are blackmailed into stealing gold from a moving airplane. The film desperately tries to be Mission Impossible, with a ragtag group of professionals doing all sorts of scheming, fighting, and conniving to steal a valuable object from an impenetrable location.
Showtime. Showtime?
But it was made with a fraction of the talent. Lift is what would happen if you had ChatGPT write a heist film. A soulless mishmash of genre cliches and a plot that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Apparently, Netflix is also getting in on the old doldrums of January.
Abby, let me explain.
No need. I quit.
Number 5, Mea Culpa. Tyler Perry attempts to make a legal thriller. The results are exactly what you would expect. Kelly Rowland stars as Mea, a defense attorney who takes the case of Zaire Malloy, an artist accused of murdering his girlfriend.
Do you want to do this entire trial from jail? Mr. Malloy, if I'm your attorney, no more going out to fancy restaurants with the paparazzi watching. No more going out at all unless you're dying or trying to get to a hospital.
Yawn. Like rom-coms, legal thrillers are a dime a dozen, and you've seen far better versions of Mea Culpa before. The movie looks pretty enough, but it's plagued by bad writing that results in plot holes, stupid characters, a checklist story, and some absurd dialogue that you have to hear to believe.
You're going there.
I don't understand.
If you want to defend him in that way, okay.
It's reminiscent of all those trashy legal thrillers from the 90s. Not campy enough, not good enough, impressing no one.
So what you think? What do you want me to do, Leah? What do you want me to do?
Number 4, Atlas. Like many movies before it, Atlas is about artificial intelligence turning on humanity and deciding that it needs to go.
Atlas.
Why am I finding out about Casca from the morning news?
We had to be certain it was him.
Enter Atlas Shepard, who is called in to stop the robot uprising. While the film has 2 credited human writers, we wouldn't be surprised if this was secretly the first case of AI writing a movie about itself.
Well, that's a bit reductive, but...
In any case, Atlas is as generic and lifeless as its writing. Unlike the character she's named after, Jennifer Lopez cannot hold the weight that this role requires of her. Atlas is one of Netflix's biggest swings of the year, but it's a foul ball at best.
Ugh. God, it's disgusting.
Number 3, Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp. Look, we hate to criticize kids' movies, but this one deserves it.
Gah! What is that annoying sound?
This is a sequel to a movie that allegedly came out in 2017, but we have no recollection of that, and you probably don't either. This one sees the anthropomorphic bird getting into goofy shenanigans at a summer camp and attempting to stop the inspector who wants to shut it down.
Then that settles it. The Wilderness Games will go on as planned. Woohoo's last stand.
This is going to be great, right, guys?
This is the type of cheap straight-to-DVD movie that you throw on to distract the kids for 90 minutes. The type that gives kids' movies a bad rap.
I blew it, you guys. I'm sorry.
If you're over the age of 5, Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp has nothing for you, unless you want to see what Mary Louise Parker has been up to.
Did we just lose an event?
Did we just win an event?
Number 2, Rebel Moon, Part 2, The Scargiver. We hate to say it, but Zack Snyder has sunk to a new low with his Rebel Moon series.
They should see there's no shame in our being here.
The first movie was the national laughingstock of the Christmas 2023 season. We don't know how, but Part 2 made us laugh even harder. The story makes no sense. The writing is full of clunky exposition, and the acting does absolutely nothing to engage or elicit even the slightest bit of immersion.
Today, we're going to learn the basics of attack and defense. We have turned your harvesting tools into weapons, so what we're going to try and do is that.
We admire Snyder's ambition, but he really dropped the ball with this. Given the massive budget and universal derision, Netflix cannot be happy with their return on investment. Then again, apparently there's 4 more movies coming, so maybe they are.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I like the way it sounds. It makes me feel something other than hopelessness.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Mother of the Bride. Don't be fooled. This movie has nothing in common with Father of the Bride and is worse in every conceivable way.
And that's the biggest fear of all.
This one concerns Lana, a woman who learns that her daughter is marrying her ex-boyfriend's son.
You two know each other?
Well, yes, we do. Wow. Hi.
Hello.
It's a little bit of everything. A cute comedy about letting go of your kid, a rom-com about rekindling lost love, a goofy meet-the-parents-esque romp with awkward situations. But you know what they say, jack of all trades, master of none.
So he just ghosted you out of the blue?
Completely out of the blue.
It's yet another predictable movie full of cliches, which seems to be Netflix's bread and butter as of late. Despite the presence of stars like Brooke Shields, Miranda Cosgrove, and Chad Michael Murray, it cannot jump over that made-by-committee hurdle.
Actually, I have to go too. I'm usually not up this late.
Did you see any of these flicks? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart. I kind of like it.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.